Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Mike Coling, MikeColing.com. This is part 2 of Who is God to Me. Alright, so I'm going to start a candle, a bougie candle. You can see it. And probably won't do the winter sage every video because I've been doing it back to back. But for fun, let's do it for you. You got the fire started, yeah. Alright, so again, this breaks up negative energy, negative connections. Right. Who is God? Alright. Who is God to me? About 10 years ago, a couple times people would say something about God. It went right over my head. And then I caught it, and someone was like, "Yo, so you think God is like Santa Claus with a white beard?" And I think he even set up in the North Pole or something. I was like, what? I was like, no. And so, you can find people really fast who've never actually read the Bible. And I was like, what are you talking? Because I kept hearing this from people. And it was, call it people who don't believe in God. One thing about God is I don't believe in God. I know God. I know just as much as if I were to touch you, you would know I'm touching you because you can feel it, you can see it. Okay, I know God through the experiences that I've had repeatedly over and over and over. Okay, so this whole thing that people are going around trying to confront people who really believe in God and say, so you believe God's like a white man with a white beard up in the North Pole or in a mountain or some bullshit? And I was like, what? Someone had said it loud enough, because I think before it just kind of was, right past me. But this person said it loud enough and aggressive. I was like, wait, what did you say? I said, you think that God is a white man with a big long white beard like Santa Claus? Isn't that what you think? I was like, no. Like, sure you do. You believe in God, right? And I'm like, yeah, but I don't believe that. I said, have you ever read the Bible? Like, well, no, of course not. I don't believe in God. This is what this person was saying. And I was like, oh, well, no wonder. Because there was a moment in the Bible that very clearly, I believe it is Moses. I get Moses and Noah mixed up. Please forgive me. But I believe it was Moses who, I think one time God spoke to him through the burning bush. And then he had asked God to show himself to him. Reveal himself. I want to see you. And God was basically like, no, I think God to some degree, I'm not going to quote word for word, but it was like, basically you'll die if you see me. So what God did is he said, see that crevice in the mountainside, or the big stone or whatever, the mountain, rock. He goes, put yourself in that. It's kind of a crevice that kind of went in like this. So he's basically like in the mountain. He goes, I will pass behind you. And the energy, spirit of God was so powerful, went by real fast, that he saw like the light of God. Okay, so that's who I think God is, because it's in the Bible. Because that's who God. That's what Moses and the whole thing was about. So I don't think God is limited to physical flesh in a human form. I'm going to talk about Jesus next. I believe it's in the next video. I have a list of it right here. So let's talk a little bit more about God. So to me, God is like this, it's like pure energy, pure love. And whatever you think, whatever you visualize, whatever you imagine comes true through God. Through that, call it energy, call it source, all right? That's what I call God. So to me, God is this pure love, absolute pure love, so pure. Until you awaken, you can't experience it. But when you do awaken, you will have moments. I was blessed to have a 6-month awakening that was just this absolute pure bliss and downloads and learnings and understandings night after night after night. It's like, well, where is this coming from? How do I know this? And I was writing in my journals every day when I'd wake up, all this information. So in the last video, I said, and I don't like to see you have to, like you must, and you're being forced. It's more like when you choose. I'm trying to stay away from the word have to. When I use the word have to, I mean this is the way you do it. It's like when you choose to completely surrender, completely open up to God, That's when you receive the Spirit of God. You receive the love. It is so amazing. The challenge is you have to completely let go. Now, here's the thing. Don't think like once you do it, that's it, because it will eventually go away. After the 6 months, I remember the last night, when my sleep, I knew that this was the last learning, and I almost cried. And the next day I was back to my normal self. I didn't have all that ability. Maybe I'll make another video. Maybe we'll do a live video. If you guys want me to do a live video on my awakening, you're going to have to post in there, because I found out someone I worked with had said, well, when are you going to do that video? I'm like, well, nobody responded. So you guys are going to have to let me know if you want me to do that video, okay? Because I'm not going to do it unless you guys want me to. Or not the video, but the live streaming. So the challenge with most people is they literally think of a box. They live inside this box of fear, and they think that opening up is going to bring the fear. No, you're already inside the fear. Otherwise you wouldn't be hiding. Remember the book of Genesis, Adam and Eve. The serpent came along and beguiled them and tricked them and manipulated them and told them a lie, and it said, and they hid from God, and God came in the garden and said, Adam, Eve, where art thou? He called out to them, and then it says, and they hid. Who hid? Adam and Eve hid from God. So we're all like hiding from God behind our ego. When you learn to let go of that, you open up to this amazing experience. Okay? Life becomes better. So this is what my course, the Cracked Female Code course, that's what it's about. That is the core piece of it. When you can learn how to open up, women will be drawn to you. Your wife will fall in love all over again in a way that she never could imagine, that you could never imagine. Women will be attracted to you. Animals will feel comfortable around you. They're going to want to be around you. And there's so many benefits to this. The world becomes a better place. People start to treat you better. Now let me say something about this though. It's not easy. It's not like you do it one time and ta-da, we're done. It takes work. You're going to have to practice. You're going to have to learn breathing techniques. You're going to have to learn internal awareness techniques. You're going to have to learn expansive techniques. And while I teach this to you, I do it with my energy, and you have to be patient, okay? If you are calm enough and you allow me to guide you, completely let me guide you, you will pop open. Now, it may only be for that usually people experience it for about a day and a half to 2.5 days, okay? And then you got to go back to it, and then you have to practice. So if you if you think you just do it and you're wide open and you've changed forever and you can never go back, no, you will go back even when you don't want to. Then you go, oh man, then you got to do it again. So it is work, okay? So what was I going to say about that? I think that's pretty much it. But there was something else. I can't remember it right now. If I remember, I'll remember it in the next video. So opening up from this box of fear and pain is what it's all about. And this is what emotional healing is about. And the healing process begins. And I know, okay, it is a process. It is a healing journey. It'll bring up one issue, then another, and they begin to heal. Okay, so it is a process. The more you do it, the happier you get. I know what I was going to say. Got it. I'm not perfect, but I am a lot more content. I'm trying to find the right. Content is one of the right words. I'm a much more grounded person than I used to be, for sure. A lot of people don't understand, well, why aren't you smiling? Why aren't you chattering? Why? And it's like, because I feel good. I'm content. I don't know how to explain it. I don't need to laugh. I don't need entertainment. I don't need... You change. So one of the ways you'll find on YouTube, in fact, a lot of my followers, subscribers, I'm sure you guys have heard this, is it's going from the 3D to the 5D. Well, maybe that is what it is. I believe that it's something very similar. All I know is you shift inside when this really happens. You don't get upset at the little things. You don't. Somebody has to really. Okay. Do not think that I'm saying I can't get angry. Oh, I can, and I'm very powerful. Okay, so do not. A lot of people think, how to explain it, it's like you have to be perfect. This is perfect. What I'm talking about is the opposite of looking down this little pinhole of perfection. It's completely wide open. It's completely opposite of this. And now you're in the full range of living in the moment. Living in the moment could be expressing yourself in a very angry way or a very assertive way. It's probably what I'm saying. A lot of people get anger mixed up with assertiveness. Assertiveness, true assertiveness, when you're emotionally grounded, that's powerful. And a lot of people are like, holy shit. So don't think that someone who's like this can't be strong. You can be very strong. In fact, it's always there. And when people, okay, here's the difference. When you open up, you have the option of all the, I don't know, plethora of different possibilities in life, from being calm to being clear to being angry to being pushy to not being pushy to being neutral, whereas most people are stuck. And the idea is to come out of this, because now you can flow. You're not stuck in anger for 10 days straight or 2 weeks straight, or just constantly like that's your daily routine because that's who you identify with. Okay, so I'm going to leave it at that. That is a separate subject that we'll tackle in another video. So for right now, God is energy, God is source, God is absolute pure love. And when you can open up like what I'm talking about, that's where you manifest from. That's why a lot of people who have been trying to manifest can't manifest. They're like, well, it doesn't work for me. Well, it doesn't work for you because you're closed. You can't manifest from here. You have to manifest from here. Hey, this is Mike Colleen at MikeColleen.com. See you in the next video. I believe we are going to talk about what and who is Jesus. See you in the next video.